And has it been productive? How has the season been for you guys if you've been working?
It's been pretty busy on my side, but no sales. No been on paper yet, but definitely working it.
Been very busy.
I signed one on the 24th, and also between just after the 1st, I signed one.
Okay, nice. Wow.
And I'm just waiting for the attorneys to open up.
Okay. And were those normal residential sales from locals, or was it people coming into the area?
Yeah, the residential sales from locals. The one was a property that's been on the market for about 3-4 years through other agencies. Then the guy asked me to take it over, and I managed to sell it within 2 weeks. And the other one has been a bit of a high-end property for the area, but it's stood for a while. Somebody went and looked at it, gave a lowball offer, and then came back and said, no, they want to have a relook, and then decided not to give full price. But also moving in from Midrand to the side, spring side.
Okay, cool.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Best for the 24th.
Thanks, Andre. Thanks, Jackie.
Yeah, we've done pre-sales over the Christmas period up till now. We're lucky, and one bond so far.
Awesome. Christine, you were going to say?
I just wanted to say that just before the first public holiday, the 16th of December, I had 3 major sales in 1 week. So I felt I could take a bit off over the Christmas time.
I'm busy driving at the moment. I'm on my way to a client as well. I just wanted to say, yeah, it's definitely picking up. It was quite I would say, October, November, beginning December, but it definitely picked up. I've signed 3 cash deals, and the money has already been paid over to the attorney. So it is small ones though, but it's definitely picking up. So I'm really excited for the new year.
Yes, I was very busy in December. I had 6 sales, and this year I have a lot of inquiries. So the inquiries definitely are picking up.
Wow. Chris and Ethel. Yeah, Chris, I've muted you because your dog was barking, but you can unmute again.
Yeah, naughty little thing. Yes, hi, Steve. Yeah, we've had a good start. Our first month, December, we did 2 sales unconditional. They've gone to the attorneys, totaled up to a little over 5 million. So yeah, I was quite happy with that because it was our first month, and we were just getting used to all the tech and the programs and whatever you have to get used to.
Yeah.
But we found the support from eXp head office has been fantastic, and we've got to know quite a few of the people that side, which has been excellent.
That's so good to hear, Chris. Well done.
Oh, thanks. I hope you had a good Christmas and New Year, Steve. Did you enjoy the golf?
Yeah, I did. The only thing to complain about was the weather in Hermanus was terrible. We were in Hermanus for like 3 weeks, but it rained just about every day. But my son was in St. Francis. My daughter was in Kasuga, which is kind of near you guys. And we had friends in Plett, and I just said all the way up the coast. The weather was horrendous the whole of sort of New Year and Christmas, New Year time.
We had rain. But we had cool weather and not a lot of rain, so it was actually quite nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
On the transaction side, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased to hear that everyone seems to me really busy, and things seem to have picked up. And the last 6 months of last year were tough. I know a number of you guys struggled in that period of time. What do you? So is it just the summer months? Is that all it is? Just a change of season? People coming into the new year and needing to make their plans? Because if I understand, we haven't had, like, interest rates have stayed the same. Like, what do you attribute the increased activity in, and what do you see for the new year? Stick a hand up if you want to say something.
Hey, Stephen, good morning.
Oh, Brian, you're famous.
Yeah, well famous. No, I had a very good ending to the year. To me, it's a bit quiet in December, but with all this emigration happening, oh my goodness, I was run off my feet. Sold a house just before Christmas Eve. Sold 2 houses this year already. So yeah, no, things are cooking in Cape Town. People are not sitting on the fence anymore, which is brilliant. I mean, obviously, it's a different scenario around the country because we're in a bit of a bubble here. But no, I think this year is going to be a cooker, not only weather-wise.
Brian, that's great to hear, man. Well done. What do you attribute that to, like the increased activity?
Well, there's definitely this immigration that's happening, and a lot of people were here looking, and if they found the house that they were keen on, they'd buy it. They would traditionally be here just on holiday, but now here the mission to rent, mission to buy.
Sure.
That's basic. So I'm blessed to be busy. So hardly had a rest during the whole season, but yeah, I can go away in February or March, no problem.
Yeah. Great, Brian. Well done. Excellent. Nice to see you. Happy New Year.
Thanks. Likewise to you and everyone else.
Thanks, Matt. Sharon, how's it? How are things in Maritzburg?
Hi, morning, Stephen. Morning, everybody. Happy New Year to you. Well, Maritzburg is cooking. I don't know what's happening. Because I know a lot of people, first of all, it's a government, there's a lot of government entities here, and a lot of people have been transferred. And then we've got that lot that wants to downscale and, it's the beginning of the year. We have to start the new year right. And so, man, by the grace of God, I've done 10 sales from the 28th of December to now. And I don't know what's happening. And so it's really just rolling in Maritzburg. I don't know. And so the immigration even is affecting us because a lot of people are moving to the Cape. And thank you, Brian. It's definitely having a roll-on effect because we start that. Okay.
So we owe you one, Sharon. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thanks, Sharon. Bring it on.
Sure, Sharon. Just repeat that. You did
Well done,
10
Sharon.
sales. What was that?
Pardon, Steve? I didn't hear that.
What was you've done 10 sales between Christmas and New? What was the?
Stephen, on the last day of the year, second to last day, to today, I've had 10 sales. And I just thank God because the last part of the beginning of last year, I did no sales for 3 months. And so all of a sudden, these are just rolling in and I'm just listing. Guys, list. The more you list, the more you sell. Because I find that I've been concentrating on listings and really I didn't go away. Christmas, we just stayed here and I attributed to that as well.
So cool, Sharon. Well done. I'm so
grateful to God, Stephen, really.
Amen.
Grateful to God.
Great, Sharon. Well done. And nice to see you. Happy New Year. And I trust that the year will continue as it started for you.
Thank you, Steve.
So, guys, let's make a start. Great to hear that a lot of you are busy. It's encouraging to hear. And I think it's motivating for the rest of you to, as Sharon said, to get out there to list because things are moving. Things are moving when they haven't been over the last few months. I have a strange sense of positivity about this year. I was actually expecting to hear from you that things were still a little bit slow, but maybe things were going to pick up as the year begins, as interest rates maybe come down in the next 6 months. But this conversation has really encouraged me that perhaps it started earlier than we thought. If interest rates do come down, I think there's going to be another big burst of pent-up demand coming into the market. So, yeah, I mean, it's an election year. There's the normal uncertainties in South Africa. There's the power. There's all of that. But you know what? People are buying, selling property. They always are going to be. And I think we're well positioned to be able to gather that up. So that's good news. The other thing, which it may sound like kind of bad news when I tell it to you, but I'm taking it as good news as well, is that for those of you who've got a revenue share team, those who've got agents in your rev share team, I think the revenue, the per agent revenue share is going to start rising this year. I was counting 115 agents leave my group in the last 3 months. I counted yesterday. So for those of you who monitor you want to say something, Sharon?
Stephen, that's 115.
Yeah. So what? And I'll explain why that is. For those of you who monitor this number on my board, as I know Harvey loves it, because Harvey's chasing me. I've been so frustrated. I got to like 748 was the highest I've got to, and that was about 3 months ago. And then it's bounced around 748, then down to 730, then back up to 740, then back to 725, then back up to 742, then back up, and it's bouncing up and down every time because new people are joining all the time. I've had I think 33 people join in the last 30 days, and that's constant. But as people are joining, people are leaving. Now. You say, why on earth do you think that's good news? Well, because the reason it's happening is eXp were very lenient in the first 2 or so years with agents who were not productive and not just not productive, but not paying their 800 Rand a month fees. And quite rightly, Andrew sort of put his foot down about kind of, I don't know, eight months or so ago, and just said, we can't. We wanted to be gracious in the beginning of the business as we were building and getting momentum in the market, but we actually need to start putting our foot down with agents who are anything more than, I think it's around sort of 3 months in arrears on their monthly fees. And so 90% of the people that are being offboarded, probably more than 90% of the people being offboarded at the moment, are those who have not paid their monthly fees and they're in arrears. And to me, that's good. If you've got a rev share team, one of the things that frustrates you is the percentage of your frontline agents that qualify as qualifying agents. And the reason that's frustrating to you is because you're carrying a lot of dead wood in your organizations. And so the numbers are inflated, and there's a bunch of people in there that are just completely unproductive. And I would rather for us to clean out the unproductive agents from eXp, because for a number of reasons. They're bad for the brand. They're bad for the conversations about eXp that happen around the tables in their social life. They are frustrating for those upline. They drain resources from the company. You've heard that phrase that says the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Unproductive agents can take up time. They can take up resources. They cost the company money, and they overly inflate the numbers on your boards. I would rather clean those out and be left with the core that are productive agents, and I think that's kind of what's happening at the moment as well. So for someone like me that I don't sell property, I live completely off the revenue share income. I love the fact that my per agent revenue share is going to start growing. So I'm happy to have a far more focused and productive group. Any comments on that? Sharon, let's start with you.
I'm sorry that I'm so chatty, but Stephen, did you do that yourself where you weeded it out, or did head office do that?
No, if you look on your My eXp dashboard,
yes,
you've got a total group number, and that number just overnight will suddenly go from like 750 down to 727, and they've offloaded 23 people.
So they do it, not you.
The office
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stephen.
Yeah, and maybe Javi, I don't know if you want to chip into this conversation. You're welcome to as well. Ferdy, you've got your hand up.
Good morning, everybody, and happy and blessed year to you all. Yes, Stephen, I agree 100% with you. I had one of my FLAs resigning this past week, and I gave the guy a call, and in my opinion, he was actually an FLQA, so now I'm losing an FLQA as well. So I asked him, what's the reason that you are leaving eXp, having come from a traditional real estate background? He's a productive agent. And I wanted to understand why you would want to leave eXp as opposed to being with the traditional companies. His overriding reason for leaving eXp is, in his words, admin. He cannot deal with admin and having to load his own listings, having to manage the listing setup, etc., and also then dealing with after sales, follow up with clients and the attorneys. He's used to having an office or an office admin taking care of that aspect of the business for him. So it's a strange reason for someone to leave, but that's he says he battled the last year in terms of productivity because he had to focus on admin as well as doing sales, and he just couldn't manage both. So it's a strange thing, but yeah, people are leaving for various reasons, and like you said, eXp is in the process of cleaning up people that are not productive and funding their business, which is a drain on the company. So yeah, now I've got to start from scratch again. And the thing that I'm looking at is when we recruit people, that we focus on productive people and then make them aware that this is a independently run business that you are getting into. You cannot rely on back office support as a traditional agency gives you. So that's the kind of person that you really want in your business. So one has to be cognizant of that fact going forward, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a great conversation, Ferdy. I had an agent, well, on the admin side of things, I see Elmarie made a comment. She's had a number of agents also complaining about the admin. And you're right, that's a part of the message we've got to be clear about in the beginning, that the reason you join eXp is because you get a great split. There's the capping system, so you can start earning 96% of your commission. You get shares in the company. You are an independent contractor, but along with all of the benefits comes the fact you've got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. I remember a conversation that I had with Lisner, who is currently the top selling agent at eXp. And Lisner was with Rawson, and she said to me, like Rawson give me they give me sorry, Ray, I'm just going to mute you there for a sec. They give me a PA, they give me an office, etc. And like, what am I going to do without my PA? I said to her, Lisner, just do the calculations for what you're earning on your split at Rawson, which I can't remember what it was, if it was 60-40 or 50-50, whatever it was. But I said, just do the numbers. With the amount of money that you're going to make extra with eXp's split and capping system, you can employ 3 assistants. And she laughed, she joined. And now that's one of the stories she actually tells when she speaks on stage. So they've got an assistant now that there's all of their admin, and they work with assistants in their Realty SA team. So that's one of the things that I would encourage all of you to do. Start thinking like a business owner and work with an assistant. I know, Elmarie, you've done that. You've got an assistant that you're training up. And that's a whole other conversation which we can get into at another time. Like, how do you find a good assistant and how do you train them? Because I know, Elmarie, you've had a little bit of a journey with trying to find the right assistant. But that's certainly one of the things that should be on your radar if you're wanting to build a big business at eXp, is getting an administrative assistant to work with you in your business. So yeah, that's my 2 cents worth on that. Chris, you've got your hand up.
Yes, hi Steve. Yeah, that issue that you mentioned just now, where people that are not productive are leaving. Obviously, there's an analogy that we used to use in another network marketing business, that you need healthy cows in the herd that produce milk, and it's actually not a bad thing to cull the herd a little bit if you've got unproductive people in there. We've already been in conversations with quite a lot of agents, even though we're quite new. Strangely enough, I've actually had a couple of people phoning me to discuss eXp already. And we explaining them to them from the beginning that obviously they're going to need to understand that they've got to be independent, that there is an administrative side that they're going to need to take care of. And for myself personally, obviously I've got Ethel, so I found that a massive help with she handles a lot of the admin. So if it is a team of two, it is a lot easier. But people that feel they need help in the future would obviously the answer is to get an administrative assistant, as you said, because you're on a much better split and there's a lot better income to assist you with the administrative side. And we make it clear to the people we chat to that they need to be able to stand on their own feet, and we're trying to focus on productive agents that are already doing well with sales.
Yeah.
Because they tend to be more independent anyway.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Chris. Your dog's telling you it's
time
it's time to Mariana. Your mic is muted, Mariana. Mariana, your mic is, you've got to just click the little button, bottom of the screen. What? Okay, while you're trying to find that, Mariana, let's hand over to Javi.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, Steve, what I also find is I think it's important to, even though it's not your responsibility as somebody that brought people into the organization, but to reach out to your people and make sure that they start attending trainings and reach out to the assistants that there is. We've got an excellent trainer in Stuart. Reach out to Stuart and make sure that you approach this year productively, and it's going to make a big difference in your business. And the other thing that I find in what I can always say to people is, if you build your downline and you've got a revenue share income, that already allows you for an extra income to have an assistant, basically, if you're going that direction. So start looking at that, because that will also make sure that you don't end up in a situation where you can't pay your monthly fees. So but look at your business, and as soon as you see there's an issue, approach the office and the trainers and say to them, listen, help me. We are there in the eXp world, so just jump in and come and ask for those assistants, and take part in the things that's available. I think that's crucial.
Yeah, Javi, thank you for that. Because it is a possibility that stuff that agents are struggling with, there is ready help for that. They just don't seek out that help. So that's a good point. Thank you, Javier. We appreciate that. Okay, guys. All right, let's Christine, you have the last word, and then we're going to carry on through the agenda.
Steve, just from my personal experience, I've been working with a personal assistant for 10 years before joining eXp, and this year I've been without an assistant. And I found it actually, every man to his own, but I found it very good because it gave me a time to learn the systems and to get into it. And it's only towards the end of my first year here that I started realizing what is the support that we really have in eXp. In eXp world, with the administrative staff that is there already. So yes, my first listing took me a day to list. Now I list a property within 10 minutes because I know how to do my prep. So we get to know the systems. But in any case, I am there, baby. I will appoint an assistant. So Steve, if I might ask if we could do that conversation at some stage, I will appreciate that.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe that's a separate session we can have. I don't have too many answers on how to do it, but I know that within the group, there's plenty of wisdom on how to work with an assistant. I know Brad Neal works with an assistant, and he said it's been a game changer for his business. So yeah, let's do that. Let's set up a session and talk about that.
Thank you, Steve.
Good idea. Okay, guys, thank you. Mariana, I don't want to cut you off. If you can get your mic unmuted, you're welcome to talk, but otherwise let's carry on. Javi, I'm willing to do a training on this. Excellent. Well, Javi, you've got the job. Let's do it. Okay, well, I'll talk to you after the meeting and we set up a date. And let's do it. Mariana, you've got your mic unmuted. That's great. Go for it. Oh no, I think is it only me that can't hear Mariana? Sorry, Mariana. You're gonna have to send a text if you can in the chat roll. Sorry, we can't. Your mic's not working. We tried. Sorry. Okay, guys. Well, welcome to Family Time. We got distracted with a conversation there. We normally don't start with such a big convo, but it was a good conversation and a good one for the year as you think about how you plan your business going forwards. Here's our mission as a group. So if you're here as a guest this morning, or this is your first Family Time, we'll have a section in our agenda where you actually can put your mic on and tell us who you are and say hi. But one of the things we always do at our Family Time meetings is we start by reading our mission statement. I will read it this morning. Normally I get somebody else to read it, but I think for the start of the year, let's get going. Here's what we're wanting to do. And now, when I say our mission statement, understand, again, if you're a guest here, that I don't work for eXp. I'm just an agent with eXp, like all of you are. I have built a revenue share team, but within eXp's broader agents, there's about 1,100 agents in eXp South Africa. 724 or whatever it is of them are in my business. And so what we've done is we've kind of created a really great culture as a team within eXp. And this mission statement is for our kind of family, as we call it, within eXp South Africa, and obviously supported very, very well by an incredible staff team at eXp South Africa, who we love and we are very grateful to. So here's what we want to do: to build a growing collaborative family of agents around the country who support each other to run strong, ethical, profitable businesses in which everyone caps and increases their personal income. Many will also become financially free through the eXp revenue share program and stock awards. In this way, as a group, we will bring positive, disruptive change to the real estate industry in South Africa. And guys, I can honestly tell you with a sense of like, I don't want to use the word pride in a bad sense, but in a kind of papa pride, kind of communal pride way, I'm so proud of what eXp South Africa has done. I'm so proud of the fact that I think, like, you know, Sharon will tell you in the early days, there were like 12 of us on the Family Time meeting, you know. And, you know, Lindsay would be making inappropriate jokes and I'd be laughing. And it was like, you know, the thing started so well, but it was such a small group of people. And when we used to read this in the beginning, I see Patty Judd is here. Patty was also like, I think she was probably on a Family Time. There were 3 of us. You know, Patty will tell you when we read this, it was really just a figment of our imagination. It was just something we came up with, and we said, well, wouldn't it be amazing? And I don't think I'm exaggerating to say that in some respect, we have already achieved this. We are a growing, I mean, there's 750, 730 of us. That is an enormous, you know, 730 is the largest sort of real estate team in South Africa's history. There's like within Remax, you've never had a team that's 730 agents. So to say that we're a growing collaborative family of agents is an understatement. Collaborative family of agents around the country who support each other. I put a little comment on our WhatsApp group over the December holidays because, you know, there were a few rough times in the last 12 months on the WhatsApp group, and you guys will know I had to deal with some stuff. There were actually a number of different things happening all in the period of a few weeks that kind of were disrupting the positive culture of the group, and there were conversations that I was not happy with, and I'm constantly asking myself, do I step in now? Do I just let it go? It's very difficult. And now over the Christmas season, it was so wonderful. You know, I wasn't reading all the messages every day because I was trying to keep my phone off on holiday. And I would switch my phone on, there'd be like 110 messages on the WhatsApp group that I hadn't read. And then I'm always obviously watching them because I have to step in if something nasties happening. And I'm scrolling through the messages, and every single one of them was positive and encouraging, and people were supporting each other and answering each other's questions and encouraging one another. And I was just like sitting back thinking, like, this is so amazing. This is just so, I'm so proud of how we are maintaining this culture of mutual respect and support and moving ahead together as a family. So I want to say thank you to all of you for that. Thank you to you guys for how you support one another. You know, in other companies, I don't think you get this. You don't get the level of mutual collaboration and support that you get in eXp. And let's keep that going this year, guys. Please, if that's something that I can ask of you, is that we keep that spirit of collaboration and support to one another. And then many will become financially free through the revenue share program. I won't give a long speech on this, but I do think this is going to be the year where a number of the people on this call start the shift between the majority of their income coming from sales to the majority of their income coming from revenue share. I don't think anybody else on this group will be completely financially free by the end of the year, but I think there's going to be some of you who are certainly positioned to be able to be earning more from revenue share than you do from your sales by the end of this year. And that is an exciting, because then you can really give yourself to that in a far more focused way next year. Paddy, great to see you. How are you?
Hi, Steve. I'm good. And Happy New Year to everybody. And I hope everybody has an incredible year. Steve, just on that note, if you have a look at all the major brands and you look at the successful people in eXp, they all seem to be teams of two and so on. And obviously, it just shows that when you unite your resources, you're going to be so much more successful. And I got to thinking over the Christmas season, what about if there was somehow a system that could be created within eXp where 2 or 3 agents could go out and actually recruit one person and then share that person's wealth between the 3 of them. Because, you know, when you go out and you speak to a recruit on a one-on-one basis, it's just your personal inputs. But if there was, say, 2 or 3 of you, you could give, you know, each person could give their experience. And I think the recruiting process would be so much more powerful. But then, you know, if that person decides, yes, they do in fact want to join eXp, the question comes up, how is the revenue share to be split? So I know that would be quite an admin challenge, but maybe that's something Harvey could look into.
Look, Paddy, I think what you will find is that eXp are not going to be willing to change their model and how income is paid out. But one of the things we love about eXp is how flexible they are with us as agents creating our own contractual arrangements between ourselves. So that is certainly something you could design within a team of your own. We've actually had, there is a contract that I've seen, it's Brent Gove has got a contract with someone who's in his organization that he actually splits 10% of all of his income goes to this guy. It's Rob, who's his assistant. So when he joined eXp, he sponsored Rob, but he's sorry, not Rob, the other guy. And he said to him, okay, contractually, we will share the revenue share. I'll get 90%, you'll get 10%, and then you'll work as my business manager. And he's honored that for whatever it is, 8 years now. Not Rob, the other guy, I can't remember his name. He gets 10% of Brent's rev share, which is a huge amount of money. So that's just to illustrate to you, you can make these arrangements, whether it's rev share income or sales income, if you want to work as a partnership with someone who you sponsor, like a traditional partnership where you just split all your sales income. You can do all of that stuff on your own. But I don't think you're going to get it right to get eXp to actually change their model to accommodate that.
The problem that I find is that when I receive funds into my bank account, there's no sort of reference as to what that money represents. And sometimes you paid so many months later, obviously because it has to register, etc. So that's a bit tricky. Is it more specific on the dashboard? Because I've tried to go into the dashboard and match, the revenue share to my bank account, and it's quite difficult. So that's why I mentioned if eXp could do it. But yeah, I suppose that's something we could look at trying to overcome, where we have more specific information on the payments. I have tried that actually.
Okay, cool. Well, you and I can pick up a conversation and talk about how, like, on the rev share side of things, exactly what it is that you are, because I must admit, I still don't really understand what you're wanting to achieve there. But let's take that conversation up offline. Rory.
Steve, yeah, I've just gone the route of appointed a lead generation manager that works with me and gets leads and brings the clients to me, and then I focus on the sales side of things. And we've set up a little contract to split com on successful sales, so I don't have to pay him anything immediately. It's only on successful sales, and that's starting to generate a lot of leads for me, and I'm getting listings now.
Super, sounds good. Johan.
Yes, Steve. I also try to match my rev share back to deals. So I spoke to support at ShareWorks, and they can give you a detailed statement which tells you exactly what came in from which transactions. So that's quite a nice report. Unfortunately, you have to contact them to generate that report, but it's really brilliant.
Johan, ShareWorks is not the rev share. ShareWorks is the stock options.
Sorry, yes, that's stock options. I think that the transactions team can most probably give you the detail if you need that.
Okay, guys, let's move on. So welcome to those of you who are here for the first time. If you are here as a guest, or this is your first family time meeting, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us where you are and where you're from, and if you have joined the eXp, where did you come from? And we'd love to have a new face. So Wild Woofy, I'm never going to be able to say that with a straight face. Over to you. Shame your mic is not working. I can see it's unmuted, but it's also not picking up the audio. So sorry, we can't hear from you, sir.
That's Mike Hartley, Steve.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Ashley.
Welcome, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, how's it, man? Sorry, for some reason, like Mariana, your mic is not picking up your audio, so you're going to have to find another way to do that. Anybody else here for the first time? All the jokes are going to start coming in. Ferdy. Anyway, you're welcome to raise a hand. If you are here for the first time and you're wanting to just sit on the sidelines, you're very welcome. Great that you're having great to have you. Great that you're joining us. Okay, kudos and thank yous. This is part of our agenda that we do every time. And there are a number of people that I want to say congratulations to for stuff that's been achieved over the Christmas season. But before we get onto the congratulations, let's do kudos. Let's do thank yous. We like to give a little section in our family time meeting for you to express gratitude to anybody that's helped you. If somebody just showed you kindness in any way, shape, or form, or you want to just say thank you to someone, now's the time to do it. And I really encourage you to do this. The verbal expression of gratitude is a very positive thing in a family or a team. So let's say thank you to one another. Let's give each other a little bit of honor and gratitude. Okay, so that's enough waffle to get the hands to go up. Sharon, you start.
I would like to thank eXp for the new Okta system. I think this new look looks wonderful and it's very encouraging. And for me, that's not so sharp. It just puts it in front of me and I love it. Thank you, eXp.
Awesome. Harvey, if you will just take that feedback back to Andrew as well. That's good feedback on the new system. Monica.
Okay, so I just wanted to thank everybody who supported me in December. My son went for open heart surgery. I had a lot of prayers and a lot of support from this family. It was amazing. And all glory to God, because he's made a miraculous recovery. He was operated on the Tuesday. He was discharged on the Saturday. It's amazing. And it was, I believe, all due to the support and praise from this family. I thank you so very much, and all the agents who supported me with viewing appointments and things during that week when I couldn't do any of that. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks, guys.
Awesome, Monica. Thank you so much, and bless you, hon. Melanie.
I just want to say thank you to Ferdy. He came, he just popped in yesterday. First time I actually met him in person. It was brilliant. I had an open house, and it was just nice to just get to meet him. And it was very, very surprising. He came out of his way, and it was fantastic. Thanks very much for your support yesterday, Ferdy. I really appreciate it.
Brilliant, brilliant to hear. Thank you. Noreen.
Hi there. I want to say thank you very much to Mary Bailey, who helped me out in a very tricky situation when my husband went to hospital from a heart condition, and my hands were tied. I couldn't do viewings, and Mary kindly helped me out with those viewings. Thank you, Mary.
Thanks, Noreen. We trust that everything will resolve itself well with your hubby.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, and Mary is a saint. Christelle.
Good morning, everyone. Apologies for not being on camera, but I started working as soon as my husband left this morning, and I'm not camera ready. I just want to thank Zani, my transaction specialist. She is absolutely incredible. Her feedback is on point. She's proactive, and she never shies away from really working hard and just getting in there and helping with any issues that I might have. So if Javi or someone can please, I do thank her profusely every time. But yeah, I think if it can just come from the top, it would, yeah, be appreciated.
Super, Christelle. I love hearing positive feedback about the staff of eXp, that they're doing a good job. That's wonderful. Thank you. Lizelle. Your mic is muted, Lizelle.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Okay. Thanks a lot to Irene for sorting out my listings, which did not appear on Property 24. And also to Taryn for the ITCs that she performs. And a great big thank you to everybody on the group who's reaching out with their assistance. And even other agents, I'm not sure if they're from our group, but who's reached out and, passing on referrals on this side. I know Sonia is one of them. She's in our group. And then there is a guy, I think his name is, Richard. Yeah. So thank you, everyone.
Super, Lizelle. Nice to hear there's collaboration happening.
Yeah, very, very fun, I must say. I enjoy it quite a lot.
Super. And nice to see your face, Lizelle. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Tia, you've had lots happen this last month.
No, was busy. Just wonderful 2024 to everybody. And then I just need to say thank you so much to Paul, Alet, and Ferdi for spending a lot of time with me on Google Meets for agents wanting to join eXp. Thank you so much, guys.
Super, Tia. You're doing a great job. Doing a great job of everything. Thank you. Charmaine, how's it?
Good. Thank you. Sorry, my mic's off. They're busy working on the walls and things here in my office. I just want to thank Monica, even through her tough time. She's helped me with a listing that I've got of also a client who's not in a good way. He's very, very ill. And she jumped in immediately to help me with that. So Monica, you're an absolute angel. We've eXp is helping me in all sorts of ways. I've got an agent down in Cape Town who's helped me with a listing. She's gone when the tenants moved out. She did the inspection for me. She's put up boards. She's doing everything she can to assist me with selling. So that's really nice. You know, if you're sitting in Groot Marika in the Northwest and you can't get down to Cape Town and you can just push on somebody's button, it's always good. Also loving the new dashboard. I think it's fantastic. And the help desk. You know, you send through an inquiry on emails and they sort it out immediately. So go eXp. And I also for a couple of months didn't have many sales and things like that here in the Northwest. And also finally things are looking up and I've got clients because, you know, I've got majority of the listings here. So the people are now phoning me all the time. And if haven't listed the property, they're asking me to find out who it belongs to. So it's really a great feeling to start off the new year. Thanks, eXp.
Super, Charmaine. Great to hear all that positive feedback. Thank you. Chris, while you say thank you, I'm just going to ask the guy blowing leaves outside my window to stop. So you take it.
Not a problem. He's got a guy blowing leaves. Yeah. Well, the first thing I wanted to say was to Steve, but I'll cover some of the others. Firstly, the people from head office have been fantastic in this first month that since we joined eXp. Narai, while Zani was away on leave, helping us with the transaction side. Irene has been fantastic. Sia, the gentleman that does the artwork and graphic design side that Ethel was dealing with in Port Elizabeth, he's been fantastic. And now that Steve's back, I can say thank you to Steve for introducing us to eXp in the first place and pursuing us for over a year. And we know we've made the right move. Finally, after the first 6 weeks or 5 weeks, definitely has been the right move. We just know it. You know, that feeling came over us very quickly that we've made the right decision. So yeah, thank you very much for pursuing us for such a long period of time. And then also within the team, just in the first week or so, it was obviously the transition phase. Belinda Enselin came over and helped us with some of the couple of things that Ethel was trying to work on the admin side. So thank you to Belinda and a lot of encouragement from Philip Evans here in Ganubi as well. But yeah, it's been a very positive experience all around.
Super, thanks. You guys made the change at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. We feel that's absolutely true.
Yeah, so no issues there, and I'm glad that you've settled in well. That's great. Elmarie, and then Theo, and then I'm going to pick it up after that.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to Javi. He's always very helpful if you need help and always quick to answer. And I want to say thank you to tech support. I had a problem with my inbox that was full and I went into the world and within, it wasn't even 5 minutes, everything was sorted. So it was awesome. Thank you.
Super. Thanks, Elmarie. Theo.
Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. Just a big thank you for Ferdy. Ferdy, I see Ferdy as a great role model in eXp. He's a great leader. I like his, or rather admire his friendship and his expertise. And obviously, he's always very caring, as we know, Ferdy, and that's from my side. Thank you, Ferdy.
I think everyone also a big here to that. Theo, Ferdy, we appreciate you and your leadership in the team. Thank you. Okay, guys, so congratulations. There were quite a few people that capped since we had our last family time meeting. So a huge congratulations to the cappers. If I forget you or you're not on my list, please just somebody correct me because we want to acknowledge everyone. But Elmarie capped, Ian not capped. I'm not sure if Ian is on the call, but well done to you, Ian. Ferdy Abrahams, great Ferdy. Wonderful to see you capping, sleeping in your own bed at night. That's wonderful. Lisna Nell capped again for the 3rd time in a row. And Jean Kutzer capped. So well done to you guys. Amazing. Excellent work. Then on the agent attraction side, so now you're going to need to just give me a second while I stop. Okay, there we go. I think you're looking at it. I think you can see the leaderboard. Yes. So this is our on the revenue share side of things, the agent attraction side of the business. This is our leaderboard, and there's been quite a few people that have moved that I want to acknowledge. So anybody in green has overtaken somebody else because they've added people to their group, and there's been quite a few people that have been growing. Anyone in red, sorry, Brad, unfortunately has lost someone, and because they've lost someone, the person below them, if they were really close, that's obviously when it happens, when someone's like really on your neck and you lose one person, which happens to all of us, then you slip below. So unfortunately, Brad slipped below Brian. I know Brian is like, yeah. And then a couple of others sort of slipped down. There's been a lot of movement down at the bottom of the page. So if you ever want to look at this leaderboard, you can do so. I'll put the link in the chat for you. There it is. I want to just pick out of this group a few people. The first one is Lisna, who since our last meeting, I know Lisna's probably not here this morning, but she broke 100. So this is the first person other than me that's had, oh, sorry, no. Ferdy's also got more. Ferdy's got almost 200, I think. But Lisna broke 100 with her revenue share team. She's done an amazing job. She's got the second most number of people on her first tier, and the number of agents you personally sponsor is the driver for how big your revenue share team gets. So at this point, it's a foregone conclusion that Lisna will end up with the second biggest rev share team that she's earning on in South Africa, if I keep doing what I'm doing. James has done really well, added a couple more people in the last few weeks, so he continues to grow. James overtook Javi, so well done to you, James, and shame on you, Javi. Not in the top 3 anymore. I like to inspire a little bit of healthy competition between Javi and James. So Javi, that's your job for the next 2 weeks, is to overtake James again and get into the top 3. B. Enslin, I wanted to pick out B because just a few family times ago, B. Enslin was new on the scene on our leaderboard, and every single family time she's jumped 4 or 5 places. Watch this lady; she is doing amazing things in East London, and I wouldn't be surprised if this number 8 is higher in 2 weeks' time, and she's jumped up another 3 or 4 places on our board. So well done, B. You're doing a great job on the rev share side. And then Neil Robinson. Neil also jumped from 25th place up to 16th place. And Neil is starting to put more emphasis on the agent attraction side on his social media. So I know many of you follow Neil on Instagram. He's always produced unbelievably high quality content on his listings, but you're going to see, as I share now my other screen with you, just give me a second, that Neil is starting to produce high quality content on the agent attraction side of things. Now, the video that I'm going to show you now is interesting from 2 perspectives. Obviously, there's an agent attraction element to this video that Neil has done on Instagram, but it is also targeted at sellers. So a number of you have asked through the years, can't we produce something that we can use with our clients, that will attract sellers to us, that it'll get us more listings, that talks about why eXp, why should sellers use eXp? And here's an awesome resource. Here's an idea for you. Why don't you produce something similar to this? So what I'm going to do is just share this video with you. Give me a sec.
As we know it. I want to share a short extract from an article on eXp Realty's growth.
So sorry guys, so it's so difficult to get an Instagram video to start unmuted, to listen to it from the beginning. We're going to try again here. Just give me a second.
Something big is happening, and it's completely changing the real estate landscape. as we know it. I want to share a short extract from an article on eXp Realty's growth. The article states that in 2021, the company generated over $3.8 billion in revenue, driven by 72% year-on-year growth in agent count. Now, we're not talking about eXp going from 15 to 25 agents. eXp went from 40,000 to 75,000 agents in 12 months. Let that sink in for a second. This company is doing huge things in the world of real estate. You know, as we speak, there's some top players moving their teams across to eXp. One of the guys is Justin Haver, the #1 Remax. He used to be with Remax, the #1 Remax team in Canada, and the 3rd highest performing Remax team in the world. He stated that it wasn't an overnight decision for him to join eXp. However, once he did his research, he said it was a no-brainer. eXp currently has a community of over 89,000 agents around the world in 24 countries, as well as an annual revenue of over $4.5 billion. So, maybe you're a homeowner looking to sell your luxury property with one of the most forward-thinking, disruptive, and dynamic real estate companies in real estate. Or maybe you're an estate agent looking to take your career to the next level in 2024 and would like to partner with a company that gives you equity, US dollar shares. They're a company that's registered on the NASDAQ, a company that gives you great compensation as well as an exit plan out of the world of real estate. If you don't understand how eXp works, you owe it to yourself to do your research, and I'm happy to have a chat with you, but you owe it to yourself to understand the unique opportunity that this company has to offer you, especially in South Africa. It is early days in South Africa, and the growth that this company is experiencing simply cannot be ignored. Something.
So very cool little video. I'm sure you'll agree with me. Very powerful. And Neil, I saw him at church yesterday, and he was saying to me he's already got 2 or 3 agents that have contacted him. There's one team leader with 8 or 9 agents in his team that contacted him and wants to have a meeting with us and talk further. So it's exciting, and it's a great tool to be able to use. So well done to you, Neil. I think that's absolutely superb. Right, what's next on our agenda? Just a couple of minutes left. I want to. No, this is going to be a consistent theme over the next few weeks because we've got exactly 1 month, less than 1 month. 14th of February is the date when the Build Conference begins. So we've got a month left before the Build Conference in Cape Town. And I want to ask you to ask yourself a question this morning. Are you coming to Build? And if you're not coming, why? Why are you not coming? And you'll say, a number of you may say to me, it's expensive, it's a long way. The conference is not expensive. If you get a blue ticket, it's 350 Rand, but it's expensive for me to get down to Cape Town. I've got to then find a place to stay, maybe even, hire a hotel room. There's expenses, it's difficult, etc. Folks, you're all going to make decisions this next 30 days about what you spend money on. There's going to be coffees, there's going to be restaurants, there's going to be discretionary spending that you have. And I'm asking you, for the sake of your future, to redirect that discretionary spending, tighten your belt in some area, sell something if you have to, sell your TV set. It's not going to make any money for you. It's only going to stop you making money. Sell your TV set. Get to Cape Town for the Build Conference. You are going to learn from the top agents, not just in South Africa, but in the world. That lady in the middle there with the blonde hair, Jennifer Jones, is probably the top-selling eXp agent in the world out of 89,000 agents. She's certainly in the top 5. Do you not want to come and hear her? Do you not want to come and meet her? She's coming to South Africa to help us. That couple on the left, Jay and Ashley Nelson, 2 of the most beautiful people on the planet. They are old, dyed-in-the-world eXp agents. He does huge developments in, I think they're Texans. So he's huge into property development. They've got over 2,500 people in their revenue share team. They have built this thing. They know how to do it. They're multiple-time icon agents in the States. Don't you want to come and learn from them? You're going to learn. You're going to meet great people and build relationships, and you are going to be inspired. What better way to start the year than spending 2 days with the top agents in the world, meeting the family, building relationships over the 2 days. You know, a lot of the benefit of these conferences happens in the lunch break. At dinner afterwards, where a bunch of you just say, hey, let's pop across the road to one of the restaurants and have dinner together. It's the relationships that are built that then turn into collaboration and business for you in the future. Guys, I'm pushing this hard because I know one of the secrets to success in life and in business is to get around successful people. This conference is designed to be able to allow that, right? We don't put this on and all of the effort that it takes just because it's a nice show. We do this because it is incredibly powerful for our businesses. If you're not there, I think you're foolish. I think you're short-sighted if you don't make a plan to get to Cape Town. Okay, so how do you get to the conference? Scan that with your phone. It'll take you to the website, or just go to buildafricaconference.co.za. So this is the Build Africa Conference website. What I'll do is I'll put the link in the chat for you. Click the link, go to the website, buy your tickets. It is as simple as that. There is a special offer running, which I'm actually going to keep open until the event starts, because I do want to encourage you to do this. This, what we were calling an early bird discount, I'm going to leave this open. In fact, I'm not going to close it, is to buy bulk tickets. So the blue tickets, which are the cheapest tickets, are 350 Rand. If you buy a ticket book of 10 tickets, it will be 2,000 Rand. 2,000 Rand for 10. So it's 200 Rand per ticket. Now, why would you want to do that? Because, my friends, the way we have designed the Build Conference is for it to be kind of 60% of the purpose of the Build Conference is as an agent attraction event. We want you to bring guests. The more people you bring to the Build Conference, the more people are going to join your business in the next kind of 2 months after Build. I monitored my numbers after the Build Conference from last year, and I was getting between sort of 25 and 30 people join my business a month. In the 2 months after the Build Conference, that number shot up to 65 people per month. So that means I had an extra 70 people, let's say, give or take, who joined my business simply because of the Build Conference. Now, obviously, that can happen on a micro scale for you. You can come out of this conference having brought 10 people as guests, and 5 or 6 of them will go ahead and join eXp after that. It is an unbelievably powerful display of the culture and potential of eXp to agents. It will do all of the heavy lifting for you in convincing people to come across. So please use this as a tool. You know, in my mind, whether you come to the Build Conference or not should be a settled matter. That shouldn't even be a point of discussion. You need to be there. But what should be going through your head is, how many people can I bring with me? You need to use this as a tool. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about the Build Conference. I'm unbelievably excited about it. There's other speakers that I haven't mentioned that are also coming. Sheila Fejerin is going to be there. Randy Dick, who's one of the top agents in Canada, is going to be there. It's going to be an unbelievable time. Let me say one last thing. If you can afford it, get a platinum ticket. The platinum tickets are 3,750, I think. Yeah, 3,750 Rand for a platinum ticket. What do you get for that? It's the full VIP experience. There's a VIP room in the venue where you will have food when you arrive. There's a full lunch catered. There's obviously food snack before you go. Gabriella, I am going to mute you for a second. Thank you. But then on both days, there is a leadership talk being given. On the first day, Brent Gove, I didn't even mention the fact that Brent's going to be there. Brent and Jay are giving a leadership talk to this small group on day 1. And then Jennifer and Randy are giving a leadership talk on day 2. The highlight for me of Build 2023 last year was those 2 leadership talks. It's a small group of people in the VIP room, and you want to be there. You want to be there, especially if you want to take the revenue sharing opportunity seriously. You need to be there. Okay, so that's my pitch for the Build conference. If I could ask if you guys will also start putting out some stuff on social media about Build over the next month. If you want to shoot a little video about why you're excited about Build, put it on your Facebook page, put it on Instagram. I would like a whole lot of us to be pumping out social media content about Build over the next month, because most of the tickets will be sold in this last month. Okay, that's it from me. Anything that you guys want to add to that? Any comments on the Build conference? We're at 9:32, so I do want to wrap things up. But if you've got something to say, you're welcome to stick a hand up. Theo, is your hand up from previously, or have you got something more?
No, this old hand.
So you're an old hand, yeah. Okay, great. Well, bless you guys. I don't see any hands. Have a wonderful week or 2 weeks ahead. If I don't chat to you, we'll see you on the next family time. And let's start getting our tickets for Build sold. God bless you.
Thanks, Stephen. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.
guys.
Thanks, everyone.